Yo, what up? It's your boy Black with Black TV, where we give you reviews and hip hop news. And today we are going to do a recap of episode 6 of BMF, Strictly Business. But first, don't forget to hit subscribe to Black TV for more reviews, more reactions. Hit that like button, and in the comment section below, tell me what you thought about this episode, what you think about the season so far. Put that in the comment section below. So without any further ado, let's talk about this crazy episode on BMF episode 6, because it was a lot went on in this episode right here. But previously on the last episode of BMF, we left off with Meech and his mom. You know, they found out that Meech and Terry was selling drugs, and she was so devastated she dropped the glass on the floor, making a mess, a puddle of water. Now, I knew eventually this was gonna happen. You know, even last episode, they like Meech and Terry, they had no other choice but to kidnap Monique's, aka Cash Doll's, daughter. And I would say that's some gangster. But now we here on episode 6, Strictly Business. And I love how 50 Cent titled the episodes, because that's what it's all about. It's nothing personal. Everything is strictly business. Of course, every episode start off with a flashback picture of Demetrius Flannery, aka Big Meech, saying a quote in the episode. And it says, "The ambition is getting money past the king of the D. I wanted it so when we spread our wings, we could go anywhere we wanted without being seen. Big Meech." And in this episode right here, you really can tell that they trying to branch out their business to who they are or was today. So we start off on this episode of Big Meech is trying to branch out his business with this guy, and we find out that T and Meech bought a record store. Now, if you don't know anything about BMF, like in the days of when Meech was in Atlanta, Meech was very, very influential in the down south southern culture of hip hop, and he was very influential in that culture, if I must say. I don't know if this scene really showed that he really liked music, but they had a record store to where as a front of their business. He talks to the guy, and the guy like, "Look, Pat been saying this and that." Pat obviously been putting their name out in the street like they're bad men to deal with in business, and he's like, I don't want to work with you. So Meech go to this store trying to get some stuff out the store. The kid's like, "Hey, can you get us a 40? A 40? A 40? Meech like, "Look, I'm not getting y'all no liquor. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all some drinks." He go in there, come back out. Lamar come out busting with a shotgun. First of all, let's talk about this coat Lamar got on right here. Like, this dude look like the Undertaker. He look like the Terminator or something. I guess when Lamar's mad, he transforms and evolves into this guy right here with the do-rag and the trench coat on. Like, what kind of outfit is this? But this is the late 80s, so I mean, I don't know if this was the style. I don't know. Lamar, we all know Lamar's crazy. So meanwhile, Terry is really trying to get in college, because he's not only really trying to be in the dope game, he's just trying to have an honest life. You know, he's trying to go the normal path versus Meech trying to live the little luxurious style, trying to show off and be more flamboyant. And as you know, T is actually the executive producer of this show. You know, he got out maybe a couple of years ago. So yeah, I mean, if it was your life, you would want to put your, you know, all into the show. So I guess he really wanted to show that he really wanted to have a educational life for himself. So I mean, it really shows in this episode. Now, for some reason, Snoop Dogg is keeping Lamar's ex co-worker at the church. I guess he's trying to hide out or whatever, and we having a hint that Snoop Dogg isn't as clean as we expect. I mean, Meech's father come and try to, you know, donate food to the church, you know, and the guy gives him a bankroll, and Snoop Dogg takes out a 5, stuffs it in his coat and just give it to him, because you know we really don't know where he's staying, but we know he's not staying in his home right now. But I believe Snoop Dogg is doing more than what we expect. So now, T and Meech is trying to expand their business, like I said before, and they want to elevate their team. So they try to decide to give B Mickey a brick. And while T is there, he kind of notices that Kato and B Mickey is yeah, I said it. And later on, we discovered that that's gonna be a kind of little mix-up in their organization. So then Lamar goes to Monique's house, aka Cash Doll, begging and pleading to let him back in, cause he obviously loves this girl, and it must have been really good for him to be begging her back into the house. Lamar is so crazy that he damn near chokes Monique. And while he's doing it, his daughter, I don't even expect that's his daughter, but his daughter sees him doing it outside the window, and that kind of shook him up too. So just by that little incident right there, Lamar is basically going off the hinges. Like, he gives no fuck right now. And like I said before, T and Meech decides to level up their team. They officially are not the 50 boys no more. And they're basically playing what Pat is to them, what was. Now they're supplying the bricks, the keys to the team, and they're their own distributors now. And like I said before in the beginning of this episode, this shows that they're really trying to level up and get outside and trying to be bigger than what they are or was in their own neighborhood. And back at home, Meech and T parents, they of course discovered that T is selling drugs, but his father is urging his wife, like, look, T really has a chance to try to have a better life, and it is a good chance that we can save T. But obviously, if you know the story, that's not gonna happen. But I like the fact that they actually try to implement this in the show, showing that T, in a sense, is a good guy. He is trying to live a normal life, but they are so poverty and broke and stuff like that. Like, they had to do what they had to do. And back in the 80s, that's what a lot of people had to do when the drug epidemic came into the hoods and all that. They had to do what they had to do. And I really don't blame them, but you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, if you know what I'm saying. Now, B Mickey is really catching feelings for Kato. It's like, look, B Mickey like, hey, now, like, what are we doing? I haven't seen your place. Like, what are we? And like, look, this is exactly why this episode is called Strictly Business, because you don't mix business with pleasure. Because when B Mickey find out what Kato is actually doing, he is gonna be pissed. And he already caught a body on the show, so I don't know. Now, like I said, Lamar at this point is going crazy. Like, by now, his whole crew has turned on him. They like, look, we can't work with you no more. They damn near pull pistols out on him. And Lamar shows up at his partner's house playing Pac-Man or whatever. Goes back there and follows him, and he stabs him to death, man. Like, Lamar gives no fuck right now. Like, he basically killed that man, like, stabbed him. He didn't even shoot him, he stabbed him. Now Meech is so flamboyant, he's out shooting dice, got all this jewelry on. Now he actually convinced the guy that works the entire Detroit to actually do business with him. And this is one step closer to the Meech we know of today. Now, I actually want to see how that went down as far as them trying to branch out of Detroit. But right now, Meech is finna take over Detroit as a whole. So Kato is actually catching feelings for B Mickey too. They sit down B Mickey was like, look, I found this note. Are you messing with another guy or whatever? And no, Kato's like, no, I'm not. It's just my ex is getting on my nerves. And when y'all know, when we seen that note, that wasn't her ex, that was Lamar. Like, look, we need to talk. You need to come see me now. And like I said before, if B Mickey find out the truth, I think he's gonna go off the hinges. Like, we already got one crazy guy on the show. It's finna be two. And speaking of crazy, this was highly unexpected. Like, throughout the show, Meech's sister, you know, she's getting a love interest for this guy at school, whatever. They sitting there trying to kiss in the house, and all of a sudden, you know, T catches them. So later on in the show, they try to go out and sneak, spend time together. They falling in love and stuff, and you know, they got bodyguards trying to protect their family because, you know, Lamar here just not giving up. They try to outrun their security, and when they lose them, Lamar pulls up, tries to kidnap Meech's daughter, but thankfully he didn't. The guy that in love with the girl, Lamar stabbed him, man. He just stabbed him in cold blood, and he might not even be like, he might be like 12 or 13 like that. That man stabbed him in cold blood. Like, Lamar gotta go. After that right there, he is a true villain, man. Like, he killed a bystander. And it not only, it was just a regular bystander that had nothing to do with it. It was a child, dog. Yeah, Lamar gotta go. Tell me y'all didn't feel a certain type of way when y'all seen that right there. Tell me y'all didn't. I know I did. But the most important question is, what do you think of episode 6, Strictly Business? Do you like it? Do you love it? What was the most shocking moment in this episode? It was a lot of shocking moments in it. Do you actually think T is gonna go back to school and be a college graduate and get his master's? Hell no. Y'all know what's gonna happen. This is a biopic show. Leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like, and until next time on Black TV. I holla next time on Black TV.